Adam 21. Are we guilty of original sin? Are we guilty of original sin? This is a question that has agitated theologians, especially in the Middle Ages. Because a theory dating from St. Augustine said, theory now rejected by the Church, said that when a child died and he was not baptized, he arrived, after death, without the grace of God because, precisely, Adam and Eve did not want him to have it to be free. And that, since technically they were after death without the grace of God, they were separated from God for eternity. Some hesitated, saying, separated from God, therefore, the pain of damn, without anything else. So they floated in a sort of intermediary world called limbo, for eternity, without suffering particularly, but others affirmed there was also a pain of suffering, necessarily, because they were guilty of original sin. They were suffering from this original fault from their conception. So what about that? Well, just the obvious. A little baby is not guilty. He is not guilty of original sin. Original sin is an individual act, chosen by Adam and Eve, and only Adam and Eve are guilty. On the other hand, children are marked by original sin in the sense that God obeys Adam and Eve and therefore does not come to their hearts, to their conception. He leaves them all the consequences. So the absence of grace that harmonizes their being. They are therefore subject to all sorts of weaknesses, ignorance, death, etc. It is not a guilty sin. He is not voluntary. We could call it a sort of choice, for the human nature of Adam and Eve. Some said sin in the sense of evil, related to our human nature. These expressions are very clumsy. It would be better to say, the choice of Adam and Eve, guilty personal choice, and God respects them because they are the patriarchs of humanity. The consequence of this is that, because it is not a culpable sin, when a baby dies, not only is there no sense trouble to punish him for anything, but the assumption that they would be separated from God for eternity, damned for eternity, is absurd. And so, the Second Vatican Council Gifts, Gaudium et Spes 22.5 confirmed, we must hold that God offers his salvation to every man without exception. So, also to the baby, by a means known to him, that the Church seeks and which certainly, Pope Benedict XVI, who indicates it a little, happens in the limbo, that is to say in the passage what is death and not after death. Provisional limbo where these children grow up, are raised by God-parents, God of the sky, choose at a given moment, as we and without doubt, also know the sufferings so that their heart, learn humility. So they are not deprived of any preparatory grace. So, at the end of the day, even for them, we will see how much they who are thirsty for justice will be satisfied. Nothing is forgotten by God, not a little child.